Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, good to have you back. I hope everyone is doing great wherever they are. Today's channel message is going to be about complacency, okay? Being complicit. Now, what Source wants me to convey out there, especially to those, specifically to those who are currently ascending or on a spiritual path, to fulfill their obligation and speaking out against injustices when they're surrounded by it. Now, many I'm speaking to out there are still surrounded by family members and friends who spew hatred and bigotry towards people that they dislike for one reason or another. Now, when you decide to stay in the presence of those types of people, not only are you lowering your vibration, okay, and preventing yourself from moving forward, you're adding karma to yourself unnecessarily, okay, just by simply hanging around those negative words, those negative thoughts that are really poison, And a lot of those people who spew that poison, unfortunately, are under a spell from the dark realms, and they're partially not responsible for what they're saying, okay? A lot of them are being misled by their churches and preachers, and feeling justified to want to harm others that they disagree with. And that's not what it's about. Now, I'm all for everybody having whatever opinion they want, okay? But in some instances, there is black and white and right and wrong. And spewing hatred or maligning others because you don't like them is wrong. Now, you don't have to like a person, but, trying to communicate hatred for a particular group of people, regardless of who they are, whether it's their skin color, whether it's their race, whether it's their familial status, okay? Those people, unfortunately, who do that are being manipulated by the dark forces, okay? The dark forces have found a spot in them that is easily accessible. And the more that they continue on this behavior, the more they will be overtaken by the dark force. And they're just unaware. I mean, they're somehow being told by their leaders, their religious leaders, their political leaders, that they are justified in hating other people. There's no justification for hate. Now, you don't have to like someone, and that's fine. Just stay away from them. But when you put yourself out there or you join groups and causes to harm other people, then you're going beyond the line. No human being has that right. Okay? Now, it's up to us who are ascending spiritually, okay, to remove ourselves from those types of environments. Because when you hang around in those environments, you're lowering your own vibration. When you don't speak out against injustice, you're lowering your vibration, okay? And that's what Source is trying to convey. Being complicit is not the way to go, okay? If you truly believe that you're ascending, you truly believe that you're connected with a divine source, then you are obligated. Obligated, if you want to continue on this path, to speak out against those who do that, to stand up, regardless of being afraid, because that's what they want. They're preying on fear. They're preying on the fear of good people who know better to keep their mouths shut. And personally, I refuse to do that. That's why I'm out here doing this, okay? Because it's inappropriate to keep your mouth shut in the face of hatred and bigotry. It's inappropriate to watch animals be abused and do nothing to help them. It's just not right. It's not cool. There is a right and wrong when it comes to that. And when you choose to associate people who do that, if you knowingly know that you're hanging around people who do that, you're just as bad if you say nothing. And you're allowing them to, you know, screw up your karma, okay? To add to your karma, to make it worse. So we have a choice. We can either speak our piece, regardless of what people are going to think, okay? Or you can remain quiet and still hang around that negative energy and let it take you down with it, because that's the bottom line. That's what is going to happen. The saying, misery loves company. And the dark is doing whatever it can, okay, using religious figures, using political figures, using people with money to create a world that is designed just for them and to enslave the rest of us. Now, I know whoever I'm speaking to, whoever in the collective doesn't want that, okay? But you're also afraid to speak your truth. And Source wants you to know that it's time, okay? It doesn't matter if these people don't want to be associated with you anymore, okay? Because you're going to find other people that are more on your level, people that are going to uplift you, not take you down. And that's what you want. If you're serious about going down this road into spirituality and serious about following a path of goodness and making the world a better place, then you have to get out and do the work. You just have to do it, unfortunately. Okay? There's no way. We have to do this together. Each and every one of us, each in our own way. Okay? And that could be as simple as witnessing something that's incorrect and opening your mouth, regardless of what the other person's going to think. Maintain your own integrity. Because the bottom line, that's what counts. It's what's inside you, it's what we do. Okay? How do we make the world a better place? Are we going to sit and cower and be afraid because they're trying to make us afraid? Or are we going to open our God given voice and speak? You know? And you never know. You might be able to. You might be the person that holds the key word that God has infused in you for another person to hear to turn them around. Now, we all have that ability. Like I always say, Spirit's voice can be heard in everything, in a television commercial, in a song. You know when you're getting an answer, especially today, for instance, I was watching something on TV and a commercial came up and it was something to the effect of sticking your head out in times of difficulty is worth it. And I realized God was speaking to me today, telling me, get your ass up, go online and do a video about, you know, being complacent, about standing up for what's correct, standing up for the other dog, standing up for the voiceless, standing up for the poor, okay? Standing up to senseless slaughter, okay, of people, of human beings that is going on throughout the world, especially in the Middle East right now. You know, if we all remain quiet, we can't make any positive change. We can't. We have to be a firm, united voice together if we want to make changes. If we want this world to be a better place, not only for ourselves, but for future generations and for every living creature. Every living creature on this planet has a right to a peaceful existence. Every single living creature, whether it's an animal, a human being, even a fly. Okay? I don't even like killing spiders and flies because I feel that they have a right to live too. If God placed them here, they have a purpose. Everything has a purpose, including us. We all have a purpose. We were all given a voice to speak, but it's up to us to use it. It's up to us to find the strength. And when we can't find that strength, okay, if you find yourself in a situation where you're around people who are spewing hatred, take a breath and ask the divine realms for, strength or a word that you can give to these people. And if they don't change, simply remove yourself from them because they're taking you down with them. Ask yourself, if you're afraid of losing them, what are you losing? What are you losing if you lose them? A negative person? You know, Sometimes we're better off without them, because they're only dragging us down. And it could be hurtful because these could be people that are in our family that we've known for years. It's not easy. I had to do it myself. I had to remove myself from people that just don't want to see what is correct in the world. People who want to remain in hatred. People who want to remain, complicit. People who don't even want to stand up for what's right when it concerns an animal. They only care about themselves. And that's not the way the world should be working. We're supposed to care about one another, not just humans. That includes everyone. Okay? So hopefully this message gets to the correct people. These messages are timeless, and as I always say, if they don't fly, let them fly, and you're always welcome to come back for the next one. I want to thank everyone for being here because without you, there's no me. And so I thank you for uh, your time that you spend with myself and the divine realm. And hopefully this message gets to somebody and wakes them up. And if this is you, it's time to get up and do it. It's time to speak your truth. Stop being afraid. Stop cowering. It doesn't matter what other people are going to think. And if you lose the people who are not on the right path, so what? Let them go. because they're going to drag you down with them, unfortunately. So you have a choice. Source is offering you a choice here. You can continue going down the same path, or you can choose to make a difference. All right. I want to thank everyone again for being here. I appreciate all of you. Sending you all much love. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.